All right, now what I want to talk about is policy exclusions. I want to go over clear and well-written policy exclusion examples because reading your policy, understand what you're covered and what's excluded, it will make a big difference when you file a claim. When you're applying for contractor's liability insurance, it's important to understand what is covered and what is not covered. Here are a couple examples of well-written policy application questions related to coverage and exclusion. So this I have in quotes right here is from one of my favorite carriers, HCC. It's a very well-written policy. This is in quotes is an actual policy exclusion question they ask. Has or will the applicant perform any new residential work of any kind? Now, this question is clearly asking if you will perform any new residential construction work, and it's easy to understand. No tricks there. This question requires simple yes or no answer. The underwriter's making it very clear. They know, so with HCC, they don't want new construction if you're a Class B general contractor. So it's very clear cut what they like, what they do not like in their guidelines. There's another one from HCC, one of my favorite. This is my favorite carrier I like to work with. Has or will the applicant perform any work on fire suppression system? This question is easy to understand, and it is an indication that an insurance carrier does not want this type of exposure. Fire suppression is one of the toughest risks in construction, and so they're making it very clear that has to be a no. They don't want this type of work. They won't cover you for that. That's against their guidelines. If they answer yes, the policy may exclude coverage on fire suppression systems work or deny coverage. A question like this makes it very clear that if they answer no, the policy will be accepted by the insurance underwriter. So these are very, very key. It's very easy to understand. Now I want to go to the opposite end. There are carriers out there that they write their policies in a way because they want to make it they want to make it very vague, and I'm going to show you examples. So when you file a claim with them, you're going to get denied, and I'm going to show you why. Big policy exclusions that cause claims to be denied. Now we all know, insurance. No policy will cover everything. It just does not exist. But it is very important to read the policy exclusion in the contract during the application process. If you read the exclusion section and can't understand it, walk away, choose another policy. That's my number one rule. Now, some carriers write their exclusions in a way that makes them too vague and difficult to understand. Now, they will ask you to initial these exclusions to confirm that you read and understood them. So there are carriers that have it's very long, very vague at the bottom, initial and understood, and no one understands. I don't understand them either. Keep in mind that if you file a claim, the insurance company will decide if your claim falls under the exclusions of your contractor's liability policy. If the claim does and you initialed exclusions that you didn't understand, this will be used against you and your claim will be denied. Now I'm going to go over some vague policy exclusion examples. These examples are actually found on one of California's most common insurance underwriters application. Damage to property. So this is actually from page 6 of the application from the carrier that I'm looking at. It's right on. I pulled it out. Damage to property. This exclusion is often found on the application for one of California's largest and most common contractors' liability insurance underwriters. What does damage to property mean? Does it mean your business isn't protected if there's any damage to the homeowner's property? See, as you can see, this exclusion is very vague. It doesn't really define what it means, but it just says damage to property. You figure it out. Are you purchasing contractor's liability insurance to protect you against any potential property damage?